Now we want to practice bar chords. Once you've got the idea of how to play the E major and E minor bar chord and the A major and the A minor bar chord shapes, then you want to be able to practice them enough so that you can actually use them in a piece of music, so you can use them in a song. Let's have a look at the mechanics of changing bar chord positions. Here is an A major bar chord. What I've got is an E shape, E major shape, rooted on the E string, but at the 5th fret, E, F, G, A, so it's an A major chord. The first thing that I suggest to students is to simply get used to playing one bar chord shape and then sliding it down to another similar shape but lower on the fretboard. Notice I say lower, go down, go from A down to G, because going towards the nut is lower in pitch. Then slide back up to the A and then go up to the 2 frets higher to the B. Up in pitch is towards the bridge. So after you get the B, go back down to the A. I'm just interested at first in using this one shape and the mechanics of doing that. Notice that what happens when I do that is you want to get used to, if I remove the guitar, having your fingers basically locked in that position so that no matter where they are, they're in this basic shape, so that when I put the guitar neck back down there, they fall right on the fretboard where they need to fall. Now, what happens in mechanics is that in order to do that effectively, you need to have that shape held, but then clamp, and then slightly release the clamp and slide down, and clamp again and play. And then slightly release the clamp, move, clamp, play. Release, move, clamp, play. To give you an exaggerated view of that, you can look over like this, and you can see that what I'm doing is I'm clamping, and then I'm playing the chord, then I unclamp, then I slide down, and then I clamp again, I strum the chord, and I unclamp, and I slide back up, and I strum after I clamp, then I unclamp, and then slide, clamp, strum, unclamp, slide, clamp, slide. So that you've got this clamping and unclamping motion that you're doing as you move. You'll notice that you hear a little bit of a sound of your fingers grazing along the strings, basically your fingers grazing along the string windings, and that little friction sound. You get used to muting that out, or trying to avoid that happening as much as possible. You can use your palm down here to mute, or you can lift your fingers slightly off the strings, or barely graze them so that they don't make so much of that friction noise. But that's the basic thing to start with. Take the same shape and move it down and up, and then back into position.